Hello, you lovely creative people. Matthew here with Gear Sounds, and today we are doing the two-cable method on the GM800 with the Ebow. And the reason why we're doing the two-cable method is because the Ebow doesn't work on the synthesizer signal on the GM800 because the threshold is too high. Unlike the VG800 where it sounded incredible, it won't even trigger a note. Take a listen. When I turn off the guitar signal, this is what we get with the Ebow. Absolutely nothing. Occasionally we're getting something, but that's actually coming from the me hammering on. Like if I hammer on and pull off, you can actually get some notes. But nothing from the Ebow itself. It doesn't want to trigger the note for whatever reason. I suspect that's because it's not wanting to trigger outside string noise. So when it detects that something's kind of ramping up slowly in volume, which doesn't normally happen with a normal guitar, it just won't trigger it. Even though the volume of the string is as loud as a plucked note, I found that interesting. But when we do the two-cable method, and you can see I have this cable going directly to the Princeton reverb behind me with a light amount of reverb. Everything else, all the knobs are set at 5. We got the reverb set at 3. That sounds great on its own, and here's that tone, by the way. We'll turn this completely off. Here's that tone. That's better than any amp and cabinet simulator that I own. And I've compared the Princeton reverb to cabinet sims. It's like 10 or 15% better. So let's get some more of those tones. We're going to move on from this one, and we'll go straight to the strings, which I like a lot. Now again, when I play a single note, this is what you get. And then when I turn on the Ebow, we'll get primarily guitar signal almost all the time. Getting a little bit of the strings there, but not as much as I would like. Let's see if my custom tones can fix some of this. I do have a bunch of custom tones on this thing still. One of my favorites being my... No, that's not the one. Gotta go all the way here. Oh, Porto Slide is pretty good, actually. Here's that tone, by the way, by itself. No guitar signal at all. And again, if we try the Ebow without anything else, we get this. Yeah, I gotta basically hammer it on. We're not getting anything. But when we combine, or when we... So I've got to hammer on to get the synthesizer signal to come out at all. But it still sounds good. I can turn down the guitar quite a bit here. So it basically gives you Ebow And then it kind of will most of the time cut the synthesizer off completely. What about on... I have another one that I love. It's Hausa, baby. Shout out if you know that reference. Wow, this one actually is working. I might have set the threshold for this patch a little lower than normal. I think I did, actually. That might be a fix for this. You know what's cool is I can just Ebow, and then I can throw in the synthesizer by giving a hammer on whenever I please. You're hearing a lot of errors in there, huh? I know I am. That's so crazy how error-prone the synth is with the Ebow, given that the VG-800 performed a lot better. It's a different type of synthesis. Brock Davidson was actually commenting on the old video of the VG-800 acoustic section, saying that the VG-800 acoustics are not synthesis, that they are COSM or modeling. That was actually incorrect. Modeling is the method, synthesis is the end result, because a new entire waveform is being generated with this, of course, but with the VG-800 as well. I had to dive in and do my own research, and that was actually surprising to me that I didn't misspeak. This still sounds pretty good, especially when I turn if I turn the guitar signal all the way off, though. I think we're gonna get some wackiness, right? You know what the Ebow is doing? It's making me not have to hammer on as much. So we kind of are getting what I wanted. Requires a different kind of playing than I'm used to. Let me turn up the synthesizer here. Sounds kind of epic, actually. Especially, you know, you've really got to play the scale and play to the effects, right? So when a certain effect is on, whether it's reverb, delay, synthesizer, sometimes even a certain synthesizer patch, it'll sound different. It'll sound better with certain scales. Like this Phrygian dominant scale I'm playing here sounds great with this. Probably even create a drone. I just realized I can control the volume of the guitar by getting further away from the pickup, and then the synthesizer gets louder and the guitar gets quieter. Okay, so this patch is epic. This custom-made patch that I did, definitely fun. Oh, that sounds so good. I wonder if there's anything else that we can make some great sounds out of. Fretless guitar, let's try that. I'm going to turn the guitar tone off here just to see if anything else works. Guitar tone back on. Yeah, that one's not as pronounced. Definitely not as good. What about this one here? Oh, that should be pronounced. That's kind of cool, but it's also seems a little random. I'm doing my best to try to pronounce the synth notes by using hammer-ons like I was telling you guys earlier, but sometimes it's just not working as I intend. That's going to do it for today's episode. I had a lot of fun doing this, but it took some getting used to. It's definitely not as good as the VG800 when it comes to using the Ebow. And that's good to know. That's exactly why I was doing this episode. I was expecting it to sound cooler and better. I didn't think only a few patches would sound good. But with some tweaking of the trigger response on the synth, it could work better, but you're also going to get more errors if you lower that trigger response. In other words, how high the volume needs to be in order to trigger the synth tone. The lower you bring it, the more it's going to anticipate or mistake some other notes. And that's something to keep in mind. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in the next episode. I got the Line 6 Stadium XL coming this month, and we'll be doing an all sounds video on that and diving deep with a tutorial on that the moment it launches. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.